Hello there guys. Today I'm introducing you to a game that goes by the name of Antichamber. Warning just quickly, there will be some spoilers, as everything I can possibly show you of the game is a spoiler of some sort. Some kind of solution to a puzzle, even if it's just a small one. So if you want to stop watching now, I'll just say if you're into puzzle games, you want to get this. Anyway, this is a non-Euclidean puzzle game made by one man. It's crazy, and at the same time, it's hard to imagine a team being able to work on something like this because, well, it's crazy. They just wouldn't be able to keep track of the whole thing. My first thought going through the first few minutes of the game was just that. It is crazy, a complete mindfuck. But the game does do a pretty good job of getting you to be able to deal with the way paths can go any which way, not through a tutorial really, because often the game will throw a clue to a puzzle at you after you've already completed it. Yeah, it does pretty much everything differently. The game has some occasional platforming elements to it, but it is entirely a puzzle game and throws puzzles at you constantly. The average puzzle introduces some new concept that goes against nature and everything sacred in the world. As I'm awful at normal puzzle games, let's just say that I struggle a little bit here. So far, the main problems encountered have been primarily about finding hidden ways to other areas, avoiding pitfalls, and similar things just too hard to describe. There's also some stuff where you're actually picking up and placing blocks with a gun, and that part really gives me a Portal vibe. The visuals are generally made of simple bright colors and large shapes, with a few exceptions such as the little cool signs on the walls. There's some very atmospheric music and sound. In fact, the whole game is really atmospheric. The colors and sounds are both used as part of the puzzles as cues to pay attention to. The individual puzzles soon become one big puzzle. As you look at a map that helps slightly but not really, everything is interconnected in one big thing, and there are dead ends and false dead ends and things that you, or I at least, just can't figure out. Not all of them are to be figured out right away. It is a Metroidvania kind of style in that you sometimes need to do something in one place before going to another. Again, one big puzzle. The map and the menu is accessed through the starting room. It's one of those games that implements everything as part of the game itself. I like the concept, although it can lead to some technical problems for some people, but I'm liking it so far. You can go to the room at any time by hitting escape, and it just transitions seamlessly. Pretty much everything in the game is seamless. There's no failure states, and you can access any part of the game you found already instantly. I like what the dev actually said about this, in that the game is built around figuring puzzles out, and doesn't make it hard to actually mechanically complete them once you have. Not a lot of MLG Pro Twitch skill going on here, there is just some real respect for the puzzle itself. Also in that little starting room is a timer counting down from 1.5 hours. Mine has run out and I have no idea what it is. I was wondering if it was a timed game and I only had an hour and a half to complete it, but apparently it's actually around a 10-hour game, and I'm pretty stumped on what that is and what to do in general. I'm sure the ending is great, but I don't know if I'll ever get there. You know, it's hard to find much to compare a game like this to. The most comparable would probably be Portal. Only that little part I mentioned of the gameplay reminded me of Portal, but playing this for the little while that I did gave me that same sense of immersion and deep interest that the first Portal game did. I was rubbish at that too, and rage quit quite a bit, which really further deepens that comparison. Antichamber is a lot more open and is very different, don't get me wrong, but I'm just talking in terms of feel and in terms of uniqueness, it really does compare. Anyway, I'm on a little break from Antichamber. Maybe I'll go back and figure out a little more of it, probably soon, as it is just a really good game mechanically and has great presentation. Or maybe I'm just a masochist. Antichamber has managed to draw some emotions out of me. Frustration mostly, but the occasional confusion, the occasional satisfaction and wonder. The game instills a really immersive sense of exploration and a set of puzzles that play with your expectations. Like I've said, I've just played a little bit over an hour and a half of the game, and it is a 10-hour game, so it could just go to crap halfway through, but even if that was the case, I'd still say it is worth the 20 bucks that it costs just for that first hour. Maybe even for that first 10 minutes. I'm gonna restate what I said at the start of this video. If you like puzzle games, do yourself the favor of playing Antichamber. If you don't like puzzle games so much, I have to suggest it anyway, if only for how different it is from most things you'll ever play.